Welcome to this explainer. If you've ever been involved in building engineering teams, you already know the drill. Finding the right people is, well, exhausting. Today, we're diving into some fascinating source material from ExpertOnHire to challenge the traditional tech recruitment playbook. We are going to introduce a radically smarter, capability-based way to find elite talent. It's a concept they call the experience paradox, and trust me, it's going to completely change how you look at a resume.
Right out of the gate, we run into this classic question. How many years of experience does the candidate have? I mean, it is, without a doubt, the single most common question asked by hiring managers. It's the ultimate default filter, right? And hey, on the surface, it makes total sense. Years are incredibly easy to measure, and they've long been used as a quick, convenient way to compare candidates. But here's the catch. In our modern world of rapid cloud, cybersecurity, and AI evolution, relying strictly on this metric is actually a massive trap. It literally only tells a fraction of the story. So let's jump right into section 1, the great experience paradox. To really wrap our heads around this paradox, we first have to look at the environment we're operating in. Technology is evolving faster than ever before. We've got new programming languages, advanced cloud platforms, and AI frameworks popping up almost constantly. Because the landscape shifts so aggressively, a candidate's mere time spent in the industry absolutely does not guarantee they're up to speed. An engineer who actively learns, adapts, and solves modern business problems is going to create significantly more value for your roadmap than someone just leaning on outdated habits. And this brilliantly illustrates the paradox. Picture two software engineers. Both have exactly 10 years of experience on their resume. Engineer A has spent that decade diving into cloud-native apps, AI solutions, and scalable architectures, constantly learning. Engineer B, on the other hand, they've essentially just repeated similar tasks for a decade with barely any exposure to innovation or evolving tech challenges. On paper, they both check that magical 10 years box, but the actual real-world value they bring to your business, night and day. So the absolutely crucial point here is this. Years of experience literally just measure time. That's all. It is a record of attendance, not a measure of professional growth or capability. And if you treat it as your primary indicator of technical excellence, you are going to unintentionally exclude some incredibly capable professionals from your pipeline.
Moving along to section 2, experience versus actual expertise.
Think about it this way. Experience answers a very basic question. How long has someone worked? But if experience is just a record of attendance, expertise is the actual engine of value. Expertise answers the million-dollar question. What can this person actually accomplish? Great engineers create value by solving tough problems, designing rock-solid systems, mentoring teams, and making technical decisions that directly drive business success. Expertise comes from continuous learning and practical application, not simply watching the clock tick.
Which brings us to a massive blind spot in traditional recruiting. It's actually kind of wild how many brilliant problem solvers get tossed aside simply because their path wasn't traditional. By enforcing a strict years in a formal role filter, organizations completely overlook self-taught engineers or heavy contributors to open source projects. We're talking about people who forged their skills in the chaotic, fast-paced world of startups, or freelancers and career changers who often have unbelievable technical chops, despite having fewer formal years on paper. We absolutely have to shift our mindset here. The best candidate isn't automatically the one with the longest resume. It's the one with the strongest capability. The most impactful hires out there grow through curiosity, adaptability, and continuous learning. When organizations finally recognize this difference, they build much stronger engineering teams and make drastically better hiring decisions.
All right, let's look at section 3, the cost of experience bias.
This experience bias, it isn't just some abstract philosophical debate. It is quietly but surely slowing down your business growth. Companies burn months searching for candidates who perfectly match arbitrary experience requirements. And the result? Highly capable professionals are totally overlooked. Waiting around for a 10-year unicorn leads straight to delayed projects. Those delays put intense pressure on your current engineering team, which leads directly to burnout. And all the while, your recruitment costs are just ballooning. Every single missed opportunity has a very real, tangible cost.
And here is the real kicker. While you are waiting around to find someone with the exact right number of years, your competitors, the ones who focus on demonstrated capability rather than tenure, are snatching up exceptional talent. They are getting innovative products to market faster, precisely because they dropped the experience bias. They are literally hiring the superstars you've filtered out.
So, what's the fix? Let's dive into Section 4, a smarter hiring framework.
Modern hiring requires a much broader perspective. Instead of asking how long, hiring managers need to start asking, what can they do? We need to ask, can this candidate solve complex problems? Can they design scalable systems? Adapt to changing tech? Collaborate effectively? Can they deliver actual business value? These questions paint a much clearer, much more accurate picture of future performance than just counting years ever could. And this is exactly where ExpertOnHire completely changes the game. Their whole philosophy places experience within a much more comprehensive evaluation process that prioritizes verified practical abilities. They focus on proven capability rather than just simple career duration, which means you get smooth hiring with absolutely zero noise. It's less about what someone did 5 years ago and all about what they can achieve for you right now. To actually make this happen, the ExpertOnHire platform strips away the traditional guesswork. They don't just hand you a single tool. They provide an entire ecosystem. You get AI-assisted talent matching paired perfectly with verified technical expertise, all guided by structured hiring workflows and backed by direct founder support. This comprehensive approach drastically reduces your hiring risks and significantly boosts the quality of your decisions. Let's quickly walk through their seamless pipeline. Notice it doesn't start with counting years. It kicks off by deeply understanding your specific business requirements and then translating those into clear skills and capabilities. Then, candidates go through strict technical validation, followed by AI-assisted matching and a structured assessment. And the whole thing finishes beautifully with a verified technical expert who is ready and equipped to drive your business forward. It's just a wonderfully logical, capability-driven flow. As we wrap up this explainer, the main takeaway is pretty clear. Look, experience is always going to be part of the technical hiring conversation, sure. But in a rapidly evolving tech landscape, years alone simply cannot define technical excellence anymore. The engineers who create the absolute greatest business value are the ones who embrace new challenges, solve meaningful problems, and continuously adapt, no matter how long they've been doing it. The future of hiring is built entirely on recognizing what candidates can actually achieve. So, the next time you are prepping to open a technical rec and you start sifting through those resumes, I want to leave you with one final vital question. Are you measuring years or are you measuring impact?